Hello everybody, hope you're all well wherever you are in the world today. Sorry for I seem to have had a few technical glitches today with my event. So the event was supposed to start at 12. I thought it was recording, but it wasn't. So I do seem to have a few issues here. So welcome anyway everybody who is watching here today to this event on how to boost self-love and reduce anxiety with hypnotherapy. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Nadia Bajrami. I am a strategic hypnotherapist, a mind coach, as well as a psychic medium based in Dublin, Ireland. So today I'm delighted to see you here to explain how hypnotherapy is an extremely powerful tool to help you restore your love of self, as well as manage your anxieties. So, you all know, I would say, sorry again for the technical glitches. I had a few technical issues, so thank you very much for people who are joining me today, and I'm truly sorry. The event, as I said, was supposed to start at 12. I did the recording, but it didn't work, so I'm redoing it all over again. So thanks again for watching the talk. So, the talk today is how hypnotherapy can help you boost your self-love and manage your anxieties, okay? So, I would say the way we feel and see ourselves are of course intrinsically related, and anxiety can easily push us to become very much self-critical and prevent us to move forward and to work on our goals we want to achieve. Most of us know how it feels to be stressed, worried or nervous about something. Usually these feelings are fleeting feelings and disappear as quickly as it appears because we are human beings. So there will be moments where, we might feel anxious, as we say, or stressed. But as I said, they might be fleeting feelings and then they disappear. Now, for those who suffer from anxiety, however, these feelings last longer and can be much more intense. So if you have an anxiety disorder, you might find that you avoid certain situations because you're worried. It will trigger these feelings for you. This can make everyday life and tasks very, very difficult and hold you back from doing the things you want to do. So there are several different techniques and tools that can help you with anxiety, one of which is hypnotherapy. So hypnotherapy is a very powerful tool for anxiety management and self-love boost, and self-esteem boost, as it works directly with the subconscious mind, where the negative thoughts about ourselves and negative repeating patterns are stored. So we will also end this talk with a short hypnosis guided meditation session to help you stop worrying about events, or at least help you ease your worry about events that might happen or might not happen. Okay? So let's see first of all what anxiety is and how it can affect us in our daily life. And let's see also what self-love is and why it's crucial to have this loving and healthy relationship with self. And again, remember that self-love and anxiety are related. They are actually intrinsically related. So what is anxiety? Us humans have evolved to protect ourselves. This is what, since humanity started, we always needed to protect ourselves, to run from danger, to find shelter, and again to run from any threats that we might encounter. Now, one of the way we do that is through the fight, flight, or freeze reaction. If our brains perceive a threat or danger, it releases hormones to prepare us to run away, fight, or freeze. These hormones include adrenaline and cortisol, and they make us feel more vigilant on what's happening. They also make our hearts beat faster, so blood is sent where it's needed the most when we feel we're under attack. So this is a great system, was a great system maybe centuries ago, when we were not as evolved. Thanks again for everybody joining me here today, and again, apologies for the delay. Technology is a great tool, but sometimes it works against us. So as I said, this is a great system, but as society has developed, we generally have less need for it now, less need for that, running away from the threat. For many of us, the system gets activated when there is no physical danger present. For example, our fight, flight, or freeze response may be triggered by our manager asking us to add another task to our to-do list, or by our partner, for example. You're in the kitchen, your partner's coming, telling you that he has invited some of his new colleagues to get to know them better. We then end up internalizing the feelings and find ourselves sitting at our desk or kitchen table, in the second scenario, for example, with our hearts pounding, with no idea how to make it stop. So anxiety becomes a mental health problem when it starts affecting your daily life. This is the difference with just a fleeting feeling, oh, I'm stressed, I feel a bit, because we hear a lot. I have a lot of clients I work with, oh, I feel anxious, and, so we just need to be careful about what anxiety is, because if it's just a fleeting moment, it's stress, it's something happened, that's different. But as I said, when it starts affecting your daily life, you may be very easily triggered or find you have a level of anxiety constantly throughout the day. This is the difference when you suffer really from diagnosed anxiety. So what are the signs of anxiety? Anxiety will feel different to everyone. However, there are certain symptoms here you may relate to if you suffer, if you have, or if you suffered from anxiety. And hope you're over it. So overthinking, ruminating, thoughts back and forth in your mind, headaches, chest pain, the heart is pounding in your chest, dizziness, difficulty sleeping, insomnia, faster breathing, breathing difficulties in general, nauseous, feeling nauseous. Sometimes you say, oh God, I want to throw up, I just want to vomit, something is really wrong. Stomach pains, fast or irregular heartbeats, teeth grinding, restlessness. So now let's see the types of anxiety. Because anxiety is a normal part of life, it can be difficult to recognize when it's becoming a problem, okay? So however, if you're experiencing strong feelings of anxiety, or they are lasting in time, for a long time, it can become exhausting and overwhelming. And just, I'll stop here just for a minute. If you do suffer, even if you haven't been diagnosed or haven't, please go and seek medical advice if you do feel that you might be suffering from anxiety. Do not stay in that state. Medical advice is very important here as well. So as I said, anxiety, when it lasts, can be overwhelming and exhausting, definitely. The symptoms and problems associated with anxiety will differ between each individual, but depending on the kind of problems you experience, you may be diagnosed with a more specific anxiety disorder, such as, for example, we will focus just on the main ones, such as generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, or social phobia as well. I work a lot with people, a lot of clients with hypnotherapy who actually suffer from what we call social panic, social phobia, social anxiety. So let's have a look at what generalized anxiety disorder is. So those with generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, they will feel anxious often, very often, and may not know why. So this is one of the first symptoms, is you feel anxious quite a lot, quite often throughout the day, the night, and you just don't know why. The anxiety can then interfere with daily life, as sufferers may seriously worry about family, money, health, everyday life, anything in their everyday life. Now, the condition is often diagnosed when an individual spends at least 6 months worrying excessively about everyday problems. And it can be very difficult, to live with that generalized anxiety disorder, as it can feel there is no, I would say, not just no help, but no respite, no rest from that anxiety. Now, let's see what panic disorder is. Panic disorder is characterized by intense feelings of terror, which can strike suddenly and without warning. So this is one of the first, again, symptoms. A common symptom is panic attacks. From when you suffer from a panic anxiety or panic disorder, one of the very common symptoms is panic attacks, though not everyone who experiences a panic attack will have panic disorder. Let's be clear here. Those who are diagnosed with panic disorder can often feel constantly afraid of having a panic attack. It's a vicious circle. It's this fear that can then often lead to panic attack. Vicious circle, as I said. Now, let's have a look at social anxiety disorder. So social anxiety disorder, also known as social phobia, involves extreme feeling of anxiety and discomfort in social situations. So some of the common signs of social anxiety include fear of being around and interacting with people and being judged negatively by others. By the way, with social anxiety, it can be with, you can suffer with social anxiety with people you know, people you don't know, work. There's no, I would say, there's not one rule. Everybody is different. Some people will have the social phobia when they are with the loved ones, actually. If they have bigger family, because they fear of their life is not good enough, they fear to be judged. Some people will really be with people they don't know, so they feel very uncomfortable because they have to build a relationship, they have to get to know, they have to talk to the people they don't know. I said there is often in the background a fear of being judged negatively by others. So what causes you to shut down or feel inadequate? If you know your triggers, you can depersonalize them and have a strategy for recovering very quickly. So this is very important. If you try to understand, or if you know what could cause, your panic, your social, or even like anxiety in general, then you try to determine and identify your triggers, and then, as I said, you can depersonalize them and have a look at them in an objective manner. We can also talk about other forms of anxiety, which include obsessive compulsive disorder, also known as OCD, phobias, post-traumatic stress disorder, also known as PTSD, health anxiety also. This is an important one. So it's not necessarily just being hypochondriac, I have a lot of people, they ask me, is health anxiety the same as being hypochondriac? Not necessarily, because you can be hypochondriac without... and obviously hypochondriac, you always feel that, your health is deteriorating, something is wrong with your health, but health anxiety goes a bit further. So we'll see now. So more commonly associated with OCD, health anxiety is a specific type of phobia or anxiety that can make day-to-day life extremely difficult. Even worse, even more difficult than when you're just kind of hypochondriac, as we say. Someone with health anxiety will find themselves worrying a great deal about their health and might think they're unwell when they're not, They might check their body regularly for signs of illnesses, or, I've got a mole here, or the shape is different, what's happening? And check their body regularly for signs of illnesses, including unusual lumps, pains, or other physical sensations. Sorry, just adjusting my camera now here as well. Thanks again for everybody that is actually joining me today here. And again, apologies for the technical glitches we had, but it seems sorted now. And apologies for the delay again. So to carry on the health anxiety, keep saying social anxiety because I work a lot with clients who do suffer from social phobia, social anxiety, but we are talking here about health anxiety. So these people might check their bodies to see if something has changed, or, again, any lumps, anything unusual. And they may also, some of the people suffering from health anxiety might be perpetually frightened of dying. This is an important symptom as well. Some of the people do fear, oh God, I will die, I am ill, I am sick, something is wrong, I don't have a lot of time left. Now, I talked about anxiety quite in depth here, and I want to talk now about the self-love part, because as I said, it is all related, So what is self-love? Self-love is a state of appreciation for oneself that grows from action that support our physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Self-love means having a high regard to our own well-being and happiness. So this is very important, our own well-being and happiness. Now, self-love means taking care of your own needs and not sacrificing your well-being to please other people. You're sacrificing your well-being or your needs, your personal needs, just to please other people. So self-love means not settling for less than you deserve, and it means something different, something very important. Self-love means something different for each person, because as I said before, we are all, unique, and we all have many different ways to take care of ourselves. So figuring out what self-love looks like for you as an individual is an important part, not only just of your life, but an important part of your mental health. So self-love is an ongoing process, not a destination to arrive to or a goal to achieve. So this is something I repeat a lot in my workshops. It's not a goal or a destination. Self-love is definitely an ongoing process. So don't beat yourself up. You know, it is something you can learn. It is something you can improve, definitely, if you are willing to. Okay. And now, self-love, a lot of studies have actually shown that self-love is key for mental health and well-being, keeping depression and anxiety at bay. So again, this is why I keep saying that, self-love and anxiety are deeply, deeply related. So the beliefs we have about ourselves can often seem difficult to change. This is, I think, we would all agree on this. The good news is that they can be changed. It just takes work. There are several ways you can help yourself restore and boost your self-esteem, including personal development and, of course, hypnotherapy. Now, hypnotherapy is a very powerful tool for improving self-esteem as it works directly with the subconscious mind where the negative thoughts about ourselves are stored. So I will go a little bit more in depth about hypnotherapy and self-esteem later during the talk, but let's carry on the self-love here. As we grow older, we tend to forget how important we are and how crucial our own well-being is. When we're a baby, when we're a small child, we don't actually think that, people need to look after me. It's natural because we don't have any conditioning. People just must look after me and, I matter. I'm a baby, I'm a child, I matter, I'm important. But as we grow older, we tend to forget how important we are and how crucial our own well-being is. So life experiences and challenges can affect the way we feel about ourselves, and we can easily be trapped in a spiral of self-depreciation. This is when hypnotherapy is an extremely powerful tool, helping us to reprogram our subconscious mind, overcome our self-defeating thoughts, and restore our self-esteem and love of self. I repeat this all the time, that the healthiest relationship you will have in your whole life is the one with yourself. Because we are born, life is a gift, we're brought to earth, and first of all, the relationship we must have is with ourselves to make a difference in our own life and then to make a difference in people's life. Now, as I said, we all keep hearing about the importance of self-love, and now let's see even with more details why self-love is important, so important to our life. So, for example, I would like you to ask some of the questions I'm going to say now. So ask this to yourself. Do you say yes when you really mean no? Do you break promises to your own self or neglect your self-care? Is it hard to put yourself first, or do you feel bad when you put yourself first? If so, it's time to give yourself the most important gift ever, self-love. Having a clear understanding of what your boundaries are and being able to set them, communicate that you value yourself. So boundaries are very important in improving your self-care and self-love. Because as a result, you're more likely to have more fulfilling relationships. Could be friends, romantic, work, colleagues. They will be more fulfilling because you show you value yourself by setting the boundaries. Now, your relationship with yourself sets the tone for the relationship you have with others. When you treat yourself with love and respect, you give others permission to do the same. Everything always starts with us. And remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. I always say this, but before trying to save the world, before trying to help everybody, you must remember you need to look after yourself. It is a very basic fact. So, also, no one is responsible for their own happiness but themselves. Too often we look for outside affirmations to determine our sense of worth. I personally, I am a recovering people pleaser who constantly put the needs and wants of others before my own, and it took me decades to learn how to improve myself, and I'm still fine-tuning it. It's an ongoing process. It's not perfect yet. But self-love is our secret weapon to living a fulfilling life. That's simply because our inner world creates our outer world. What we have inside will vibrate outside, and this is what we will attract. So today I wanted to touch on both anxiety and self-love as they are intrinsically related. Indeed, if you don't love yourself enough, if you don't have that healthy relationship with yourself, well then anxiety can start creeping in with, darker thoughts, negative thinking, inner critical thinking. And on the other hand, when you suffer from anxiety as well and are not able to manage it or keep it under control, then it also affects the way you feel about yourself. So now let's ask ourselves a very important question. How can I reduce anxiety? Okay, we talked about anxiety, what it is, the forms of anxiety. We talked about self-love as well. And now let's see how we can reduce anxiety. As I said, anxiety has actually never been a word that has been so much used and during the past year as well with the pandemic, because the lockdowns worldwide in different countries have actually increased this level of anxiety, amongst people. Now let's see how we can reduce anxiety. So anxiety is a very difficult thing to live with when it's, chronic, when it's always there. It can feel exhausting, taking its toll on both our mental and physical health. If you suffer from anxiety in any form, know that you're not alone and that there are definitely tools to help you, overcome and manage anxiety. Now, what works best for you will depend on the nature of your anxiety and your personal circumstances. So try not to be disheartened if one approach doesn't seem to help. If you start something, it doesn't seem to help, well, we'll move on and find another approach that will help you. For some people, self-help techniques like meditation, breathing exercises, and journaling are enough. Now, for other people, no. For other people, more professional guidance is needed, okay? So remember, just before we go further in the talk, please remember that you always need to seek medical advice. Everything else you will just contribute to make you feel better, but you always need to seek medical advice, if you have any doubts. What can also help with anxiety problems? Well, we have what we call the talk therapies like counseling and, psychotherapy and cognitive behavioral therapy, also known as CBT. They are often recommended for anxiety and are very helpful. So your doctor may also recommend medication, but again, this will depend, on how we feel, and medical advice will be maybe medication, maybe not, but it's important that you seek medical advice. Now, hypnotherapy for anxiety is also gaining in popularity and has become a very powerful tool to help with anxiety management, and for many people brings about positive changes not only in anxiety symptoms but in your relationship with anxiety itself. So hypnotherapy is very powerful. Rephrase this and summarize it, not only to help you manage anxiety but also to help you have a new relationship with anxiety itself. Now the question you might ask yourself is why hypnotherapy? Does hypnotherapy work for anxiety? Hypnotherapy for anxiety can help boost feelings of confidence, self-belief, while reducing feelings of fear and intense worry. It can help you develop the ability to access the relaxed state of mind needed to overcome the often overwhelming emotions that come with anxiety. Using the power of suggestions, hypnosis aims to access your subconscious mind and promote positive changes. We will see shortly more in depth what hypnosis is and how it works. Now, we access your subconscious mind with hypnotherapy and hypnosis and promote positive changes. We plant suggestions, and these suggestions themselves can be tailored to help you learn what triggers your anxiety, to help you then actually change the way you react towards your anxieties. And let's say again that this is where hypnotherapy and mind coaching are extremely powerful tools to help you replace the old programs that are no longer serving you and replace them by more positive and healthy ones that will help you towards achieving your goals. And now let's explain a bit more in detail what hypnosis, hypnotherapy and mind coaching are and how I use them in my therapy sessions. So hypnosis is the science that we use in the hypnotherapy session. So hypnosis is a safe and natural state of relaxation with an increased level of awareness during which you are not asleep and you are fully in control. You will experience a pleasant state of mind with increased attention and focus. So the hypnotic state is similar, if you want to compare, to some moments in your life when you are daydreaming or fully absorbed in a specific task, like for example, reading. You read a book and you're fully absorbed in your reading and you don't even pay attention to the noise or anything that's happening around you. Now, something I would really want to stress today here is there is absolutely nothing to fear, as hypnosis used in the strategic hypnotherapy I provide is totally different from stage and entertainment hypnosis. Sorry. Apologies. It's totally different from what you can see on TV, movies. It is not the same. Hypnosis used by a accredited and qualified hypnotherapist is actually a process of deep state of relaxation, but a process during which you remain fully in control and you will never be asked to do anything foolish or against your will. Because in order for the hypnotherapy session to be successful and the therapy to be successful, I, the hypnotherapist, must have your consent, collaboration and full commitment, as the purpose here is to help you reach a feeling of being more in charge and more in control of your life and not the opposite. So this is important to understand. It has nothing to do with what we can see on TV with close your eyes and, then, I'll ask you to do something foolish. Absolutely not. It is very often eyes closed work and trance work, but it is a relationship is created between the therapist and the client during which the client remains fully in control. We need that, so then he feels fully in control and in charge of his own life. With the use of hypnosis, we create a state of focused attention and increased suggestibility, during which positive suggestions and guided imagery are used to help you make the right changes in the way information is stored in your mind in order to overcome some roadblocks which might be preventing you or hindering you from achieving your goals and reaching your fullest potential. Thanks again for everybody joining me, and apologies for the delay for those who joined me later. This event was supposed to start at 12, but due to some technical glitches, I started a bit later. So thanks again for tuning in. So as we see now what hypnotherapy is, I mentioned the positive suggestions that we plant in your subconscious mind. Well, the positive suggestions I'm providing you with will stick in the subconscious mind and will slow down the process of automatic thinking, automatic negative thinkings that usually happen when you are facing a specific issue or a fear or a threat. And then your mind will no longer automatically react. It will slow down and listen to the new information, to the new program. As our subconscious thoughts are powerful and they form our perceptions, with hypnotherapy, I help you reframe your subconscious thoughts and rewire your mindset in a way to help you increase your self-esteem, love, value yourself, and achieve your goals, highest desires, and get the life you desire, not only desire, and the life you deserve. Because I firmly believe that no challenge is too big for your mind. Now, I mentioned a lot the subconscious mind and reprogramming the subconscious mind. So let's clarify this. We all have two minds. We have the conscious mind, which is called the critical or rational mind, the mind that is listening to the talk here today. And we have the subconscious mind, the mind in the background, that is always running all the programs without you actually noticing it. Now, reprogramming your subconscious mind is key to your success, as our life is ruled at 95% by our subconscious mind and programs. 95% of our life, or what we do, is ruled by the subconscious mind. Like, for example, you get up in the morning, you want a coffee or a tea, that automatically, you go, you put the coffee machine on. Or you need to wash the clothes, you put the clothes and the washing machine and switch the washing machine on. These are the programs. You don't need to remember, or you don't need to say, I need to switch the washing machine on. It's just automatic. Now, during the sessions with me as well, what I teach my clients is self-hypnosis techniques and other simple methods to practice at home that can help you when you feel you need them. It's not just, yes, we do the hypnotherapy, which is very powerful, but I also teach my clients self-hypnosis techniques and also some other techniques that can help you manage any feelings or any beginning of anxiety you might have. So what is now mind coaching? Because I talked about hypnotherapy and mind coaching. So I like very much the International Coach Federation's definition of coaching in general, which is partnering with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires them to maximize the personal and professional potential. So this is very important. It's a partnering with clients, so it's a two-way relationship. We create, it's a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires you to maximize your personal and professional potential. Mind coaching is not me telling you what to do with your life or how to live your life. Not at all. Never will I do that. Never should I do that. Never will I ever want to do that. Mind coaching is you getting really honest with yourself and realize that there are areas in your life that you want to improve to get the life you're longing for. It can be described as a trance-free process, trance-free interventions, because contrary to hypnotherapy, you are fully conscious here. There is no trance state involved. And it's also a trance-free intervention process that actually gives you a preference for action over thinking. It gives you the tools to step in, get out there, and do the work needed to unlock, your potential and get the life you want. It is a fully client-centered approach that requires you to have an active role in the program we build together to help you achieve your goals. So it is really, I am a client-centered hypnotherapist and coach. And when we do coaching, it really is a two-way relationship, because I will give you the tools, but then you will need to be accountable, not to myself. I always tell my clients when I give them homework or exercises to do or thinking on themselves, it's they don't have to worry about a deadline for me. They have to be accountable to themselves, Everything starts with you being committed to starting the life you desire. So in my therapy sessions, I often use both techniques, as I said before, to help you help yourself to increase your self-esteem, your love of self, value yourselves, and reach your goals. It is really both techniques, and they work really well together. So the combined use of hypnotherapy and mind coaching is extremely efficient to help you get rid of what we all call, or often call in the therapeutic world, stinking thinking. This negative, inner critical self-talk. So I will help you find ways that work for you to challenge your inner critic and bash the negative self-talk and help you move forward with authenticity. Okay? Now, why did I say authenticity? This is a very important word when I said I will help you move forward with authenticity. Because if you're at a place in life where you have to hide parts of yourself to get along, or to be accepted, that could be your self-love, could be your anxiety. If you have to basically hide parts of the self and then play a role of someone else, well, please, you owe it to yourself to make the necessary changes so that you can be your true, authentic self everywhere you go. That can be work, family, friends. Of course, we all know there are rules in society, rules at work and sometimes in families as well. And of course, we need to respect each other. This is the primary, rule. It's just as human beings, we deserve respect and we need to respect people. But that doesn't mean that we need to pretend with someone else so that people are accepting us. People who need to be in our life will accept the people we are. And this is very important. The authenticity part is very important, because if you have to hide parts of yourself, well, as I said, please, you owe it to yourself to change something here. Now, hypnotherapy and mind coaching have incredible effects in helping reprogram and rewire your mind to boost your self-love and help you manage any anxieties that can be on your way to achieving your goals. And then when you're ready, the first step of your journey will be, outside of the medical advice, as I said, you need that. In some of the cases you might not, but in some cases you might need medical advice. But after, when you're ready, the first step will be, on your journey will be to find a hypnotherapist that you feel comfortable with. So it's really important to find a hypnotherapist that resonates with you, because it's very personal. In hypnotherapy we create what we call, or in therapy in general, we create what we call the rapport. So this relationship between the therapist and the client, and it's crucial for the therapy to be effective. And just bear this in mind if you're looking for hypnotherapy and coaching. Look for the person that resonates with you, because it will maximize the effects of the therapy and coaching. So thank you very much for listening to me here today. Again, apologies for the technical glitches, and I know some people try to log in at 12, and I actually did the talk at 12, just had to redo it because it never recorded. Well, it never went live, sorry. So for those who still wants to stay with me here, I would like to offer you a short guided hypnotic meditation from a well-known hypnotherapist called Dan Jones, and it might help you when you over-worry about events or over-worry about what might happen. Okay, so just stay with me. Okay, so now please close your eyes, make yourself comfortable. Make sure that you're not driving, and make sure your full attention is not required. You're not driving, operating any machinery. Just need to be in a quiet place. You can lay down or you can sit. It's up to you. Just make sure you're in a comfortable place when your full attention is not required. Okay. So now let's close your eyes and just listen to the sound of my voice while you relax. That's it. As you start now relaxing and feeling more and more comfortable, certain thoughts about certain situations can give us feelings of anxiety, nervousness, of panic. And other thoughts of situations can help us to relax and feel calm, very calm. And anxiety is a natural survival response. And in the right place, at the right time, it can be a very useful response. And as you continue to relax, a part of you can begin to unpick what situation anxiety is useful for and what situation should you respond differently to. And you can respond differently now. And many people wonder how. You stop panic attacks or anxiety, and to stop them before they occur, you can learn to stop worrying and instead start problem solving. And the more problem you solve, and the more you problem solve what you used to worry about, the more anxiety stops. And you can preoccupy your mind and become absorbed in healthy activities and relationships and conversations. And as you do, changes will occur in your life. And people often wonder how you remain calm. And it's useful to remember that a flood of emotions only lasts a few minutes and has to keep being topped up if it's going to stay. And you can rate this emotion in your mind from 1 to 10 and notice how it changes over time and how quickly it subsides. And notice that any response to that emotion also passes. And during negative emotions you can step outside yourself and become an observer. Well, that calms you down, and I don't know how you will integrate this learning and how you will learn for yourself. And I will quiet down in the background while you take this time to learn and update this mind and body on a subconscious level. And when you know the changes have taken place in your subconscious mind, you can open your eyes again and come back here with me to everyday awareness, getting ready to enjoy the rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world. So thank you very much for everybody who have joined me today, and once again apologies for the technical issues and delays. I'm delighted to have you all here with me. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I will be delighted to reply to you. You can WhatsApp me, private message me, go to my website as well. Everything is on my page. And I really hope to speak to you soon. And remember, you matter. You're the most important person in your own life. Remember that. Thanks again, everybody. You take care, you stay safe, and we talk very soon. Bye-bye.